Hello, Year 2. Great to see you for our first maths lesson of the week. So today we're going to begin with dividing by 2. So we're on our second lesson of this now, so it's going to be an exciting opportunity to practice some arithmetic questions or challenge ourselves with some reasoning ones. So please pause the video here to write the short date, 1.2.21, and the learning objective, divide by 2. Well done, Year 2. So our steps to success today. First of all, we're going to read the word problem and highlight the key information. Next, we're going to write the division. Then we'll need to think about, are we going to share between two equal groups or group in twos? Now this will depend on the question. And lastly, please write the answer, including in a full sentence if you're solving a word problem. Okay, so thinking back to last lesson in our review phase, I've got a true or false question here for you. So true or false, 16 pence is shared equally between two friends. Each friend will get 7 pence. So I'm going to give you a clue here. There's 16 pence and there's two friends. So we need to share the 16 pence between two friends. You might already be thinking, I know a learn it fact that will really help me with this one. So please pause the video here and explain your reasoning using the stem sentence. I think it is because. Well done, Year 2. So let's have a look together. It is false. 16 divided by 2 equals 8. And you can see this represented in the bar model here. There are two parts which represents our two friends and the whole amount, which is 16 pence. So each friend will get 8 pence. So I'm wondering if each friend got 7 pence, as the question suggested, what would the whole amount of pence be then? Well done. 7 add 7 equals 14, doesn't it? Brilliant. Well done, Year 2. Okay, so let's have a look at our first explore question together. 30 children are in a class. How many pairs of children are there in the class? Okay, so I'm going to read the question again, but this time highlight the key information, which is a great thing to do, either in the classroom with your yellow highlighter or at home, even just with a pencil, or even just hovering your finger if it's on your screen, okay? So 30 children is the whole amount, so I'm going to underline that as key information. So 30 children are in the class. How many pairs of children are there in the class? So the word pairs tells me that we're dividing the whole by 2. As we know, we need to make a pair. And as we can see here, this boy and girl in the picture are showing us a pair of children. So the division, I wonder what that might be, Year 2. I also wonder if you can pause the video here once you've thought about what the division is and have a go at solving it. Think about, are you going to share into two equal groups, or are you going to group in twos until you get to the whole? Or you might even use your mental maths knowledge to help you solve this one. So please pause the video here and explore this question. Well done, Year 2, super thinking. I'm so proud of you. Brilliant start to maths today. Okay, so let's have a look together. So the division is 30 divided by 2. And as the children are in pairs, as you can almost picture if you were holding hands with another child in the class creating a pair, we're going to be looking at groups of 2 to find the whole amount. So you can see that I've drawn my groups here. So you can organise them like an array, but with this one in particular, I thought that array would be rather long. So I've chosen to organise it in my book going across, but still nice and neatly in some columns here. So I've drawn my groups of 2 to find the whole amount. But before we count how many groups, I'd just like your help to count in twos to check that I've grouped in twos up to 30. Okay, so you ready to join in with me, Year 2? You ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Brilliant counting in twos, year two. Well done. Okay, so let's have a think about how many equal groups there are now. So we're going to count the groups, and to practice our mathematical vocabulary, we're going to say the word groups as well. So let's count together. 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups, 7 groups, 8 groups, 9 groups, 10 groups, 11 groups, 12 groups, 13 groups, 14 groups, 15 groups. So what is the quotient? 30 divided by 2 equals, well done, the quotient is 15. Brilliant, well done, year two. Okay, so you might have approached it in that way, but I also know there's other ways of approaching it, so I really wanted to share my thinking with you. So let's have a look here. So this is one way you might have solved it. You might have used your big maths knowledge from when we were together in the classroom and thought about halving, because we know when we divide by 2, we halve. So as you can see here, I've written a sentence to explain my thinking to you. I know half of 3 is 1.5. And remember, we say that as 1.5. It's a decimal number, which I know we learn about later on in school. So I know half of 3 is 1.5. So half of 30 is 15. As we used to discuss in big maths, it becomes 10 times greater. So you might have used that fact to help you if you remembered that from our big math sessions, or you might have partitioned 30 in a different way. So 30 can be partitioned into 20 and 10. So we know that the parts 20 and 10 make the whole 30 altogether. Half of 20 is 10. Half of 10 is 5. So as you can see there, we've now found half of 20 and 10, which is finding half of 30 altogether. So let's add the parts together. 10 add 5 equals 15. Okay, so you might have found the quotient that way as well. Brilliant, well done, year two. Let's have a look at how we're going to answer this question now. So 30 children in a class, how many pairs of children are there in the class? So the sentence is, there are pairs of children in the class. It's really important we also write this in our book, making sure we answer in a full sentence. Okay, so let's say it together and fill in the blank. There are 15 pairs of children in the class. Well done, year two. Okay, we've got another question to explore together now for our independent learning. It says, complete the number pattern. 96 is the first number in the pattern, and half of 96 is 48. So what is half of 48? What do you think half of 48 is, year two? I'm having a look at the number 48, and I know I can. Half the ones and half the tens without needing to exchange and partition in a different way like the number 30. So I wonder if you can pause the video here, find half of 8 ones and half of 4 tens and recombine to create the 2-digit number. Well done, year two. So we know half of 8 equals 4 and half of 4 tens equals 2 tens. So half of 48 equals 24. Brilliant. Okay, there's 2 more numbers in this number pattern. So please pause the video here and use the same idea to find half of 24 and half of that number. So we're dividing by 2 each time. Brilliant thinking, year two. Okay, let's review it together. So I can see that 24 has 4 ones, and half of 4 ones equals 2 ones. Now I can see that 24 has 2 tens, and I know half of 2 tens is 1 10. So half of 24 equals 12. Now I need to find half of 12. I need to divide 12 by 2. I'm thinking of a learn it fact. Are you thinking of the same one, year 2? Well done. We know 6 add 6 equals 12. So if we're finding half of 12, you know half of 12 is 6. Brilliant. Well done, year 2. I hope you enjoyed that question as much as I did. Okay, so on your screen now, you can see some arithmetic questions. So if you'd like some more practice with dividing by 2 before solving some word problems, it'd be great to begin here. Moving on, there are some reasoning questions to solve today. It would be great to read the question carefully, highlight the key information, and have a think about what the question is asking you. And once you've worked that out, write the division. So for example here, number 1 says AJ has 20p in 2p coins. How many 2p coins does AJ have? So we're thinking about 20 divided by 2 to find out how many lots of 2p coins there are in 20p. So the division is 20 divided by 2 equals So I've written the division. And then it would be great to, once you've used your method of either sharing between 2 equal groups or grouping in 2s, or you might be using some of your big maths knowledge to help you, please then write the answer in a sentence underneath your method. So for example here, AJ has 2p coins. Okay, year 2, I can't wait to see your amazing maths work today. So as you can see here, we have question 1 and 2, questions 3 and 4, questions 5a and 5b, and questions 6, 7 and 8. And as you can see here, I said, please see the PDF documents on our class story on Class Dojo, as you will also find the answers there with the questions. Well done, year 2. I'm really looking forward to seeing your amazing maths work today. Well done.